Hello again, everybody. Wanted to do a quick update. This is the Pamphobedius platyoma. Molted yesterday, finally. If you remember, I took her out of her little plastic wooden log thing that she was kind of, I think, wedged inside, but in a spot that I couldn't get to her at all or see her, so I was a little concerned. Took her out, put her in this thing. When I got her out, I realized how bad in pre-molt she was. But she did molt. She is definitely a female. She didn't really gain a lot of size. Maybe a half inch, maybe. But she's looking really, really good. Look at that. Now, she hasn't stretched out. She hasn't been out of this burrow. I just kind of lifted, you can see I lifted this up so we could get a quick view of her. Just kind of an update on her, and I have a few other things to quickly update. Okay, this is my Ephebopus marinus. This was one of my spiders when I've been keeping now for 13 years, but for 10 of those years it was just one spider. So it's just been over the course of the last 3 years that I have gotten the majority of what I have. This one was always on my list, and I've run into them. I ran into him here at the Erie Expo that we had twice, but they were, 4-inch, 4.5-inch females. I think they wanted an astronomical amount of money for them, and I didn't want them that big. I wanted to raise them on my own. I finally found a sling. I got it in, a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. But yeah, it molted, and just as I was getting ready to go to work today, I looked, and the legs, you could see the legs in the burrow, they were upside down. It kind of freaked me out there for a second, because I have had a few spiders not make it recently. So, of course, this one kind of would have upset me if we would have lost this one, but it was actually just finishing molting, and it had flipped upside down, or flipped right side up just as I was getting ready to leave. So I took a quick picture of the feet just sticking out, but that's what we got right now, is just those toes right there. You can see the black feet and the still translucent legs. So got a little excited about this one. And let's see, I got another interesting molt. Okay, here is the other little interesting tidbit. This is one of the, sorry about that scratching. I gotta figure out something better with this light. This is the baby Curus Jacksoni, the regular, molted either yesterday or the day before. I found the molt yesterday, so it might have been the night before. Perfect molt. And flipping it over, it's pretty easy to tell. See if we can, you guys might not be able to see it. No, there we are. You see the pectines, I think that's what they're called, pectines. They're the, no, we're not going to get the focus that close. So those two little diagonal things there right behind the legs on the lower part, for the distance that they extend out, that would be a male. Females stay within inside the body, so they're not as long. So there, oh, there is a, what is that doing in there? That's a roach. It must have been in there for a while, hiding. There is the scorpion, and it, boy, the striking colors after a molt are unbelievable. Look at all those, the chocolates and the oranges, and it's a very, very, very pretty scorpion. I'd almost like to, cut back my tarantula collection, by 30-40% and pick up a few different scorpions, but I haven't had a lot of luck with scorpions. My Centruides gracilis, the Florida bark scorpion, I've only seen it eat once. I'm sure it does, but I never see it. And of course the Asian forest scorpions, I just, my son's two, I have not seen them attack anything. I did tongue feed them once with a mealworm. And then mine, my Heterometrus spinifer, I have not seen that one eat either. So I'd like to get something a little bit more aggressive, but I'm a little worried about the venom toxicity, because I have the the ulcerative colitis, which is an immune issue. I don't want to get anything that may, put me in harm a little bit more than most people because of my autoimmune system is what we would call compromised, I guess. So yeah, I kind of try with mild, and I guess that's probably why, my scorpions just don't eat. Now these two have, I have seen them eat twice, so hopefully I could pick up a Babycurus gigas sometime in the near future. That would be kind of cool. I'm not looking at any of the scorpions that I can't remember what it's called, where they don't have to mate. The word's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember what it is. Where they don't have to mate and they have their offspring without it. I don't want to say parthenogen because that's not what I'm thinking of. It might be, I don't know. Anyway, so here is, this was another molt, and I'll try and show you one more that molted in the last day or two. Okay, you can see that little guy moving around, and you can see there's the molt. Come on now, focus. It's actually really pretty. We can get this to focus. That is the Tapaniquina species Columbia. It's got a wicked nice little pattern on the abdomen. I was expecting this because the abdomen was pretty thick and shiny. So I was expecting this one relatively soon. So this one molted yesterday. I'm not really going to worry about grabbing the molt out of there. The Marinus, which was, again, just strikingly odd. I've never had a tarantula that lives underground like that one is, molt and throw the molt out that quickly. It was up in the corner of the enclosure today when I got home from work, so I didn't even have to try going after it. I could probably put it under the USB microscope, but to try and sex it, but I'm not really interested in doing that right now. Just whatever it is, it is. I've had a ton of males, and they're just as cool as females. The only problem I have with males, other than, their lifespan, is I have a hard time feeding them once they mature. Other people, some of their spiders eat a lot as males. Mine aren't. The Albopilosum, which is going to be mailed out next week. Hopefully I have to work a few extra hours this week, so I'm not going to be able to get a chance to get that guy out. And the P. scrofa just aren't eating. The Balfouri is not eating. The Diamantinensis is not eating. So, they're mature males. It's not unheard of, but yeah. So those are 4 little molts that happened in the last day and a half. Like I said, I'm super stoked about the E. Marinus. Not that I want that one to grow quickly, because I don't, but I can't wait to get those skeleton legs. Those things are just so strikingly cool. And with those will start coming the attitude and so on and so forth. But I was going to rehouse the scorpions into the baseball cubes, but because the one molted, I'm going to wait. And I'm afraid that the other one might molt too, because they're roughly the same age, so I'm probably going to wait before I decide to move them. So, okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so this is the last molt update for this video, and this is the little tiny Brachypelma homori pepper. Molted 3 days ago. So this one came through successfully. I did find the Acanthoscuria melodonensis passed away. So I have had, a pretty big hit over the course of the last week. I think six tarantulas, and if you go back 2 weeks, it'd be 6 tarantulas and 2 scorpions have passed away. So I've been trying to figure out different causes and not coming up with anything concrete. And you know, all the questions have been answered. Water, air quality, outside chemicals, any of that stuff has been pretty much ruled out. I don't know if, you know, just the odds of the numbers, you know, but to have them all, I mean, with a collection that big, you're going to have some that perish, but to have that many that quickly, you know, kind of worried me. But then for as many as I have had die, I've had 11 or 12 of them molt over the course of that same span. So I'm not really quite sure what's going on, but I am trying to get to the bottom of it. I just can't come up with anything concrete. I'm really the only one that uses this room. My wife does not spray anything in here, no perfumes, no hairspray, none of that stuff. If they do spray stuff out in the other room, whether it's perfume or hairspray or whatever, they close the door. We have monoxide or carbon monoxide detectors, so it's not that. You know, then I thought maybe because I work in a factory that maybe there's something coming home with me from that, but I always wash my hands before I leave there and when I come home. So I really am having a hard time figuring it out. But okay, so yeah, those are the 4 updates that we have, or the 4 tarantulas that have molted over the course of the last couple days. So again, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, I did feed the kilo brackies, so all 3 cane krakens and the 5 discus. All 3 cane krakens took theirs, and the 5 discus all ran from there. So, and I fed the sanguinicepus, a pre-killed, and I fed Ash the Acanthoscuria geniculata, who of course took that down right down, and the Theraphosinae species Panama also ate. The Seriocosmus elegans ate. I fed a lot of slings. So, okay, again, I hope you enjoy it. And this one should be ready to eat in a couple of days, as well as the Marinus. And, you know, within sometime this time next week, you'll see some feeding videos from them. So, have a good day and talk to me.